I'm Douglas Mason, CEO of Naturally Splendid, symbol NSP on the TSX Venture Exchange. Naturally Splendid is a biotechnology and consumer products company focused on the global cannabis and health markets. Naturally Splendid is expanding distribution in this rapidly growing market with products currently in Canada, the USA, South Korea, Germany, and Australia. To view our comprehensive company presentation and for more information, please visit our website at naturallysplendid.com.
You're listening to HowStreet.com radio, available online at TalkDigitalNetwork.com. Welcome to HowStreet.com radio, the online source for market opinions. Here is Jim Goddard.
My guest is Mish Shedlock, editor of Mish's Global Economic Trend Analysis on maven.net/MishTalk. Welcome back to the show, Mish.
Pleasure to be back on. Hey, lots of news today. First, the weather. I hear it's 70 degrees in Vancouver. I just did a quick check. It's something like 70 degrees right now in Austin, Texas. So I would guess that might be fairly unusual. Anyway, we had some interesting action today, Jim, in the yield curve.
Yes, you're saying talk about warning signs of a possible recession. What, 22 yield curve inversions around the world?
Not around the world. 22 yield curve inversions on the U.S. yield curve, not around the world. The 7 years inverted with the Fed fund rate, the 1 month, 3 month, the 1 year. The 5 years inverted with the Fed fund rate, the 1 month, the 3 year, the 1 year, the 2 year, and the 3 year. The 3 years inverted with the Fed funds rate, the 1 month, the 3 month, the 1 year, and the 2 year, so on and so forth. And there's about 22 of those. That's a new high total. And by the way, the 10-year is only 4 basis points away from inverting with the Fed funds rate. So, that's pretty significant here.
Now, of course, usually that doesn't mean instant recession, but it's something that could happen not too long from now.
It wouldn't surprise me at all if we're in a recession right now, and the NBER, that's the, I don't even know what that stands for, National Bureau of Economics Recessions, maybe? That is the official arbiter of U.S. recessions. And contrary to popular belief, it does not require 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP. If you recall, they declared one in March of 2008, after only 1 quarter of negative GDP. It was pretty clear at the time we were in recession then. It's not crystal clear that we're in one now, but it would not surprise me, say, 2 or 3 months from now, to have one backdated to, February or March of this year.
To have a recession, then, you don't necessarily have to have a big downturn in the equity markets.
Sometimes it happens ahead of recession. Sometimes it's coincident. I suppose it can happen after. I mean, we did have that huge downturn at the end of last year, heading into January. Then the Fed came out and reversed course and hinted that they might put hikes on hold. Today they actually did that. On the hint, the stock market reversed, gained back almost all of the losses, not quite. I was wondering if we might even hit a new high. I don't know. Today's action, the Fed came out, stressed the need to be patient. We looked at the dot plot, and for listeners who don't know what that is, each of the Fed participants gives an estimate as to his opinion or her opinion where the interest rates will be for the rest of the year. And in December, the consensus opinion was at least 2 hikes in 2019. Now the consensus opinion is no hikes. The stock market picked up on that today, Jim, rallied on the news, and I just had an inkling that one of these times good news. Good news in this case being the Fed's not going to hike. The market's going to react badly to it. Of course, it's just one day, but anyway, the stock market was up substantially, gave it all back, closed in the red. Gold rose, dollar weekend, the yield curve we just talked about, crashed. We'll see. The next few economic reports, we're going to have a housing report out on Friday. If housing continues to weaken and manufacturing continues to weaken, I think we're going to be in recession regardless of what the jobs market does.
We'll have more with Mike Shedlock right after this.
Avon Resources Limited is a gold exploration company with significant projects in British Columbia, Saskatchewan, and the Yukon. Trading on the TSX Venture Exchange, symbol ABN, and the pink symbol ABN-AF. Surrounded by world-class gold deposits and mines, Avon's 23,000 hectares Forest Kerr Gold Project is located in the heart of the Golden Triangle in northwestern BC. For more information, visit us at avonresources.com.
Media recognition from Bloomberg, Reuters, Recycling Trade Publications. Patented process for 100% recovery of critical metals, including cobalt, lithium, nickel, manganese, aluminum. American Manganese is focused on recycling lithium-ion batteries for electric vehicles. American Manganese trades on the TSX Venture, AMY, the US, AMYZF, and Frankfurt 2AM. For more information, visit AmericanManganeseInc.com or phone me, Larry Ray, at 778-574-4444.
Welcome back. We're speaking with Mike Shedlock. Mish, we had a high number of factory orders in the U.S., but the high number may be deceiving. Why is that?
Well, it wasn't a high number actually. It was barely positive. And the economists actually got this one right, sort of. The only reason why they got it right, Jim, is the Census Department has advanced estimates that give most of these totals, and the advanced estimate and the actual estimate were the same, roughly. So it was amusing to me to see economists predicting anywhere from industrial production from, being hugely negative to mildly positive, when the advance report nailed it. But I'm wondering, are economists looking at these reports? The interesting thing about it, though, it was barely positive, and it was all because of airplane orders. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to these plane orders going forward because of Boeing. I suspect they will. Boeing will fix this problem. But today, some interesting news came out. They're looking at actually criminal investigation into Boeing, and I believe they should. And Canada came out and said that it would no longer trust the U.S. FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, on its analysis that the problem's been fixed. That is a very new thing that's not happened before. Other governments worldwide going to do the same thing, Jim. So no one has trust in the FAA. And if orders are indeed canceled from Boeing, that is going to have very major implications here. Even if they're delayed right now, it's just airplane orders have been holding up manufacturing. All of these things. We've got Brexit concerns. A hard Brexit is looking increasingly likely. I believe that is to the long-term benefit of the UK and very detrimental to the EU. Regardless, I think a recession in Europe is now baked in the cake. Brexit, it's just too many things have taken their toll. Italy is already in recession. German manufacturing is in recession. I think in short order, Europe is gonna I believe Europe is actually in recession right now. Forget about going into one. So the U.S. is not going to be immune to all of these things. And as I said, it would not surprise me in the least if we're in recession already.
We'll have more with Mike Shedlock right after this.
Cypress Development Corp's flagship lithium project is located just east of Albemarle's Silver Peak mine in the heart of Clayton Valley, Nevada. A 12-hole exploration drill program for lithium-enriched claystone on Cypress's 100% controlled properties is now underway. Cypress Development Corp trades on the TSX Venture Exchange, symbol CYP, the pink CYDVF, and on Frankfurt's C1Z1. For more information, please visit our website, cypressdevelopmentcorp.com.
Don't miss out. Stay informed. Receive the HowStreet.com weekly recap with thought-provoking podcasts, radio, and articles delivered to your inbox. Sign up for the HowStreet.com weekly recap on our homepage at HowStreet.com.
Welcome back. We're speaking with Mike Shedlock. Mish, President Trump is now making tariff noises about Europe right now. Is that the way to get economic things going again?
No, that is the way to cause an instant recession. That's another thing that I commented on last week. I expected all along that Trump would sign a trade deal with China. Now he's talking about reinstituting tariffs on China because China's not moving fast enough. My expectation was that a deal with China would be much ado about nothing, but at least there would be a deal, not more tariffs. The reason why I thought that is I didn't think Trump wanted to fight a tariff war on two fronts simultaneously, A, one with China, and B, one with the EU. Perhaps he's willing. Or perhaps he expects China to cave in. It doesn't look likely to me. China can play a long game. Trump is trapped in a short game. A recession heading into an election 2 years from now isn't going to do him much good. So we'll see if Trump folds. But if Trump, this is another thing. If regardless of what Brexit does, if Trump puts 25% tariffs on cars from Germany, it's going to plunge Europe immediately into recession. Now, the thing is, I think they're already there, as I said, so it would immediately make matters worse, and so will Brexit. We are heading for a monstrous global slowdown if Trump does these tariffs as he's threatening.
What about his line, trade wars are easy to win and he plans to win?
Well, you just said it. It's a lie, and it's a proven lie now. The U.S. farmers are upset. They've borne the brunt of China's retaliation. I'm wondering if garbage is now in play. I don't know if you saw this. I reported on it yesterday. China is no longer taking U.S. recycled garbage. They used to take our sorted garbage, our papers, our cans, whatever, and resort it and do stuff with aluminum. Now this garbage is piling up. China, right about the time Trump launched tariffs, stopped taking U.S. garbage. So I don't know if that was just something that was going to happen anyway, or Trump exasperated the situation. I suspect a little bit of both, but that's another thing. U.S. landfills are filling up. We don't have any place to get rid of our garbage to. It's easier to make aluminum from scratch than to recycle cans. And I believe the reason is people throw so much crap into the recycling bin that it's just not that easy, and it's a manual process to sort this stuff out. So quite incredible here. But that's the story. Landfill costs are going up. We're going out of places to dump this stuff. Yet recycling costs more than making raw aluminum from scratch. And think about this one too. The U.S. still needs to import aluminum, yet we have Trump put tariffs on aluminum from China, Canada, a whole bunch of places on the grounds of national security, when even despite those tariffs, we can't produce enough aluminum on our own accord. It's all so stupid, Jim.
Yeah, well, when was the last time Canada cut the U.S. off from anything? Ever?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Trump's, victory, so to speak, in, what is called USMCA now instead of NAFTA, was Trump got Canada to cut tariffs on what was dairy. I don't know if it's all dairy or just cheese or whatever. This will benefit a handful of farmers in Wisconsin or Vermont or wherever. But and of course Trump bragged about this, but in the grand scheme of things, it's minuscule. But my understanding is it was a very, very big deal, actually, to Canadian farmers who got upset at Trudeau for offering this concession. Do I have that right?
Yeah, more or less.
So anyway, these are all minor things. The big thing is the global slowdown, Europe in recession, the U.S. heading there, the yield curve in the U.S. screaming recession right now. I don't see how we avoid it, and Trump seems hell-bent on making it worse. That's the bottom line.
The wall with Mexico will solve it all.
Of course, Jim, of course.
Mike, thank you so much for chatting with us.
Pleasure to be on, Jim.
My guest has been Mike Mish Shedlock, editor of Mish's Global Economic Trend Analysis on maven.net/MishTalk. You're listening to HowStreet.com radio. Find us on Twitter at HowStreet, our YouTube channel, Talk Digital Network. Questions for the show can be sent to info@HowStreet.com. I'm Jim Goddard. Thanks for listening.
Comments made on HowStreet.com radio are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any matter whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Available online at TalkDigitalNetwork.com. HowStreet.com radio is a production of HowStreet Media Incorporated.